Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are continuing with our CSS tutorial for beginners. Now this is where we stopped at. First of all, I showed you the inline styling and I showed you also the internal styling where you have to apply your stylings in the head section. So this is where you have to put the internal styling, and for the inline styling you put it in the opening tag or element, on the element opening tag, and you put this styling, inline styling. So here we are giving this element of h1 the color red, and this is the output we got. So now we are going to be continuing to the external styling. So in case you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe once again, and yeah, you stick around, get updated on every tutorial I'll be uploading. Now let's continue. We are going to the external styling. So as you can see, I created two files, but right now even if I put here some styling and you want to say that give the background this color of blue, so nothing's going to happen because there's nowhere we are linking to that styling or style sheet. So that's what we call the external styling. So for the external styling, you have to include it in the head section or include it in that page, make it connected to that styling or file you want to apply the styles to. So you have to use the link tag, and as I told you, the beauty of this text editor, you just write link and press enter, and they will give you the syntax how it's supposed to be done. So here we are saying link, and the rel we are saying it's like a relationship, it's the style sheet. For the type, you said it's going to be text / style sheet, and this is where the magic comes from on the hyperreference. So for the hyperreference, you are specifying the path where that file you want to include is located. So for this case, as you can see, they are in the same folder or the same directory. They are near to each other, so we are not going to write a lot of path. Here we are just going to say style.css. So as you can see, we have said they are in the same directory, so we don't need to write any path. We just say style.css. And remember, in the style.css we gave this background color blue. And remember, when we refresh we got nothing, but when we refresh at this time we are going to get the background of blue, and everything looks weird right now because that color cannot appear anywhere. So the paragraphs, at least to appear, we're just going to give them not color, white. So I'm just writing even real values. We're not using hexadecimal values. Like for white it is #FFF. You can write a short one of 3 or 6, complete them, and this will be white. So I'm just helping you beginners to know what colors we are writing. So instead of these hexadecimal colors, I'll be writing the real colors like white, red, yellow, green. So yeah, it will still be white when you write this real color. So this is how you can include files. As you saw, now we have included an external styling. We are removing all these styles from the page. Let's see if we can also remove this P, and we put it here, and everything will be the same. So let's just indent it very well. And even if we remove these stylings, even if we remove this internal styling, and for the h1 also we can remove it, and what you have to do is go to this side, the external styling, and you say h1, you say color red, and as you can see, this will save you time than writing on the elements or tags, and it will make your page be clear and clean without any styling. So even if we refresh, our work will still be the same. As you can see, I'm refreshing the page but we are still having the previous styling. So let me try to show you something more cool when you're linking style sheets. Let's say you don't want this to be in the same directory. Let's go to the folder where we save this work. As you can see, it's here. They are in the same directory. But let's say you don't want this styling to be near or in the same root directory with the index.html. So you have to right click, create a new folder, and I'm going to call it stylings. And for this case, what we are going to do is carry this style.css and move it to stylings. And when you check in our directory, we are having a new folder called styling, and when you open it, when we drop down, we shall say there is a file called styling inside. Now let's try to save this file and refresh. So this page is going to lose the stylings we apply to it. Why? Because it's now getting the path. For it, it's looking for this path, but this path has no styling. Where has it gone? So this is what I'm going to be showing you. As you can see, this is our root directory. When we enter this, you're going to see it changing. So from CSS, as you're seeing, where you're seeing my cursor playing around, CSS tutorial, and there is this arrow that shows you that we have entered another folder called styling, and that's when we shall reach this folder. So it's the same way we are going to link it here in the head section. So we are going to look for this styling where it is located. Where is it located? It's inside this folder called styling. So we just write styling, and say /. So it's the same as you're seeing here. Just replace this arrow with a / and we shall be CSS /styling / and enter this style.css. So basically that is the default path, how you can link your files properly. So in styling, we go to style.css, save that, and when you refresh all this document, we'll get back all the stylings. As you can see now, it's back because now it recognizes the path where the file is located. So guys, I hope you're really enjoying how CSS is very easy to learn. So let's try to center this page. As you can see, it's looking weird. It's covering the full width of the screen, and let us make it at least look better. So remember, we're on the external styling. So remember, we wrapped it inside this div element with an ID, div tag with an ID of wrapper. So everything is inside this div. As you can see, this is the closing tag and this is the opening tag, but it has this ID of wrapper. So how do you select IDs? To select IDs, you use the hash symbol or pound symbol. So you say hash wrapper and open curly brackets, and I'm going to give it a width of 90 pixels, so half of the screen. It's 100 pixels by 100% by default, but I'm going to give it 90%. And I'm going to give it a margin of 0 auto. So this is how you'll be centering your page. There are very many ways you can center pages, so make sure you also watch other tutorials so that you can improve on the CSS tricks or stylings you can be using to control your web pages or websites. Now you see, by default it's covering the full width, but when you refresh here, so what did I save? Wrapper, save, refresh. Oh, div ID wrapper. Save. So sorry guys, for some reason this page was not refreshing. I don't know what happened to the text editor, but when you refresh this, everything is going to be now, yeah, somehow centered. Let's reduce on the wrapper and we say like 60% and you say margin 0 auto, and yeah, this is how it will be looking like on the different sizes. So let us first remove this background color from the body. Let's first remove that, and we also remove this color of white and you say black on the paragraphs, and this is how it will be looking like. So you can go ahead and even center everything inside this wrapper by saying text alignment and say center. So for text alignment, it will always center your stuff the way you want it. And the reason why we use percentage, so percentage is something like it's liquid. It can scale on different screen sizes. As you can see, this is what I mean by using the percentage units. It will always be liquid or scaling to the different screen sizes, which is not the case with pixels. So pixels are static. It will be in the same place even if you scale your web page like hell, so it won't move. But for the percentage unit, you can go on scaling the page the way you want, and everything will be squeezing, wrapping themselves around. And this is how you can center your content. Let's say now you want to draw shapes on your web page. This is an important also stage. So we are going to create here div, and I'm going to give it an ID of box. And let's say you want to draw a square. So here you come and say hash box, open curly brackets. And remember, when you're drawing a shape, every shape has to be having width and height for something to be called a shape. It has to be having some width and height. Here we can say width of 100 pixels, 100 pixels, sorry, not percent, and height of 100 pixels. So they're going to be the same. Remember, I said for anything to be called a shape, it has to be having these two units or properties. And we say background color for it to be visible. I'm going to give it color blue. Save, and you see we are having some box here, square box. And let's say I want another one, so I'm going to call it box 1, and here I'm just going to copy this styling, drop down, and I'm going to call this box 1, and you see we shall be having two boxes, but they are not having any space around them. So I'm going to put the break tag here. So break tag will go to the next page. It will give some space there around. So let's say you want to make this one a circle. What you have to do is go to the styling and say border radius and say 50%. Don't forget the semicolon. Refresh, and it will be a circle. So guys, that's the basic knowledge on the styling or CSS. I will see you in the next video when we are looking at something more. And guys, make sure you check out the link in the description below. I'm going to be showing you also other tutorials on CSS about animation. So if you want to skip to that side and learn more about CSS animation, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it on different social medias. Peace. See you in the next video.